This is an illustrated documentary series of the local and international travels of Dr. Jose Rizal from 1882 to 1896. Many of the landmarks and markers, photographs, and video clips shown in this series are the actual places mentioned in his travels, diary, and letters. Started in 2015, this 5-year documentary project is dedicated to the Filipino youths, patriots, and all non-Filipinos who propagate the teachings and ideals of the national hero. I highly recommend this documentary series to students and teachers as a companion reference in studying and teaching the life and travels of Dr. Jose Rizal. This series will bring everyone to where it happened, places where Dr. Rizal has visited, studied, and lived while working for reforms for his country. A 500-page coffee table book is bundled with these videos. Good luck and enjoy the series.
Farewell, unbeaten land.
My name is Florentino Rodal. I teach at the Complutense University. My name is Florentino Rodal. I teach at the Complutense University. Well, I love the Philippines, but I have done also some research on the Philippines, mostly on 20th century. And also I'm doing also some research on late 19th century, the question of how racism and despising of the Philippines changed in late 19th century. Okay. This is the Crystal Palace, the Palacio de Cristal, for the exposition of the Philippines in 1887, which it was something like when Spain thought that this is the time of the Philippines. We have to get profit from the Philippines. We have to benefit from the resources, and then we have to send all the Spaniards to the Philippines, to all the migrants. This is quite important because it was not done for the Filipinos. It was done for Spaniards to know that they had some colonies that they didn't know at all, and then they had to emigrate, and then they, so to say, they had to get the resources of the Philippines. This building, it was one of the shows that how progressive was Spanish at this time, and how it was changing the way to profit from the Philippines, from teaching them religion, now to get their products. Rizal complained very much about this. No, you know, he was criticizing very much this exposition of the Philippines and the showing up of all these Igorots that were dancing here. He criticized this exposition in the way that it was a way to they humanize them of the Philippines. That's true. But the question, what I can criticize about that, it was that the exposition, it was not for Filipinos to love Spain or something like that. It was for Spanish people to know, to be aware that it was a colony where they had to profit. So in that sense, this was the logic of having these people. It was what I can criticize, that this exposition, it was not for Filipinos, it was mostly for Spanish people. It was a famous person at this time. He was called Kyokyap, a journalist, that he said, hey, we are a superior race, and then we are going to the Philippines, and then we are going to colonize the Philippines. And what he said, all Spaniards, even low-class Spaniards, he said, the Philippines has to be for Spanish people. Criticizing those Spaniards that they were high class, and then criticizing the people that was sent back from the Philippines to Spain because they had no education and all these kind of things. So at this time, it was, so to say, socialist people or progressive people, that they thought that the Philippines, it was their places. Also, there was another difference. Spain at this time, the colonies of Spain were, on one side it was Cuba, on another side Puerto Rico, the Caribbean, but also Spain had recently Equatorial Guinea and also the Philippines. So then they thought that, hey, if you go, they said to the Spanish people, if you go to Cuba, there are many people, many Spaniards in Cuba. But if you go to the Philippines, it's a free space. So they claimed the Philippines to be to the new immigrants, the praising the land for the new Spaniards at this time. So then they use this kind of racist theories. You know, for instance, using for the first time eugenics, that it was a word coined in the year 1884, 1885. They were using this kind of new terms to say that Spaniards, we are a superior race because of we are white race, and then we have to colonize. This is our duty, same as Americans, you know. This building is quite interesting on this new drive. There was a Catalan, the minister for the colonies, Victor Balaguer. He was the man who pushed for that, who pushed with the idea of profiting from the Philippines. But this was done in the 1885, more or less. The Queen was here on the inauguration of the exposition, the Filipinas exposition in 1887. It was very nice, the way it was expressed, since on the one side it was Christianized Filipinos who attended that, she was in the center, and on the other side it was the Igorots, the non-Christianized. So the message was clear. We have done a lot of things on the Philippines, but still we have to Christianize, but the religious message was very, very mild. But we have to continue being in the Philippines to Christianize these people, but also to make progress in the Philippines. The idea it was that it was an archipelago with a lot of resources still to be exploited. So they needed Spanish people to go there and profit from the Philippines.